Well, hello, my friends. It is the start of a new program year, Fall 2021. And while a lot of things are different, it still feels really exciting to be starting a new year together. Now, in the past, we've had a big party after the first worship service of a new program year. We've all gone outside and had snacks together and had information tables to tell us what's going on in the church in the coming year, little music and a lot of chance to socialize. But we're trying to be aware of both the needs of our families with young children who aren't vaccinated and everyone else and how we can stay safe here in our second fall of COVID. So we decided not to do information tables, to have a gathering at a park for downtown and outside at Greenwood where we can be together safely and there's plenty of room for kids to run around and climbers to climb on and all of that sort of thing. Without information tables, though, you don't have a way to know what's going on. So I'm just here to give you a few fall updates. First of all, I'd like to tell you, in case you miss the sermon about this, about some work that our leadership council has done this summer. You may remember that at the beginning of the summer, I gave 3 sermons around the theme of our next faithful step. Between the global pandemic, the political friction of the 2020 election, and the racial reckoning which started in the summer of 2020, our world has changed dramatically. And since God first created the church, when the world has changed, the church has changed too, so that we can be relevant and serve it well. So I began to talk about what we need to do to meet the needs of the world today. I shared stories of who we are as Methodists and as a congregation, hoping that they would help us envision what God is calling us to now. The Leadership Council and the staff took up the question this summer. What is our purpose as a church in this new reality? What is God calling us to do? Out of that work came a new church statement. The new statement from our Leadership Council reads, "We seek to know God. We are grounded in unconditional love. We affirm all persons. We learn from one another as we follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, an outsider who tore down dividing walls and calls us to unity. We're progressive, relevant, and committed to seeking peace and building hope through worship, service, social justice, and education. No matter where you are on your faith journey or how you worship, we welcome you to help us build our community. This includes all races and ethnicities, sexual orientations, gender identities, ages and stages of life, abilities and disabilities, and socioeconomic backgrounds." Another thing that happened during the summer was that our staff had a 2.5-day retreat where we considered what our priorities should be as part of this statement. We decided we would focus our energy this year on faith formation, inclusiveness and social justice, and in building relationships within our congregation and with our community. We also spent time during the retreat working on how to do this safely as the pandemic continues. So here is some of what you can expect as a new year begins. We will continue to offer both online and in-person worship as long as in-person worship can be done safely. We will continue to explore how to make our worship safe and relevant, as well as vibrant and engaging to a wide diversity of people. We'll work on 3 areas of social justice: anti-racism, LGBTQ+ ministries, and environmental justice. Adult education classes will be offered in person, but with a Zoom option, tackling relevant and timely issues such as racial healing, science and religion, and disability awareness talks. We'll have a focus on mental health advocacy and awareness and have developed a new partnership with NAMI. We'll have classes and opportunities to nurture spiritual growth supported by our spiritual formation team of Debbie Houghton, Shona Teruza, Amy Kennedy, and Beth Pasco. Of course, we'll continue with adult small groups, and our Sunday walking groups will continue as well. The youth will return to in-person Soul Cafe on Sunday mornings during worship. Their Sunday morning themes will parallel the sermon themes so that families can talk about the topic at home together. They'll also be continuing youth group on Sunday evenings, primarily outdoors. Our children's ministry will continue to grow the new strategy of aligning the weekly children's ministry programming for kids with the sermon and scripture and worship. This allows, as I mentioned, the whole family to grow their faith together by discussing the sermon themes. Our children's program will also continue to weave in themes of inclusiveness and social justice. And there will be outdoor gatherings for children and their families to be together and socialize safely. This is just the beginning of everything coming in the 2022 church year. And we hope that you'll join us because despite all the chaos of COVID-19, we are still doing church and being God's people and growing God's kingdom community. I hope I'll see you soon.